me what is going on, just you know better than I said. It's been going on for some time. Nightly your song echoes from the banished world.
Welcome, my friends, to a new interview from Cuentame, USA with Moncho Camano. Today, I'm really immensely happy because I'm speaking with Zhenia and Paul. They're from the fine and unique duo called tAngerinecAt, a experimental duo with many musical influences. Uh, and I believe they're very honest with their music. So I like that. And we have them across the ocean in Europe. I don't know where they're going to tell me. And it's a real pleasure to have them on both. Thank you, guys. How are you doing today?
Hi.
All right, we're great. Thank you for having us.
It's a real pleasure because I just started to know this band. Let's, I want to be sincere. Maybe 3 months ago, I have no idea who they were. So they caught my attention really a lot. I think I listened to the last album they published last year called Glass, and it really caught my attention. It was like unbelievable for me. I have no idea who they were, and I was really happy. I'm like, who are these people? And I did a little research. I said, I gotta talk to them. I gotta talk to them. So, tell me, are you on the road right now? Are you doing any concerts soon? I think you're traveling, or you're home back in England. Where are you?
We are, our home is not England. We are based in Wales.
Wales.
It's different, but it's part of the UK, but
UK.
it's Wales, North Wales. But now we are recording our new album, so we are not performing much. Usually we do like big tours, but now we are just performed in Lithuania at Mino Juodaragis Festival. And next week on Saturday, we will perform in Italy, in Pordenone, Sad to Sound Festival of Electronic Music. And between these, we decided to set in Austria and create an album. So we're now in Austria.
Ah, you're in Austria,
creating album, walking, meeting our Austrian friends.
I was really surprised when I started doing the research and find out about your, I wasn't normally like surprised about your circumstances and the framework of the band tAngerinecAt and how it came out to be. I mean, it's like a story, a big story. It's so much, I believe, like hardship and sometimes pain, and I guess sleepless nights. And can you tell us, guys, how do you guys first met, and where was this in UK or was it in Ukraine? Because Jenny is from the Ukraine, but I believe Paul, you're from Wales or also the UK.
I live in Wales now, but I'm actually originally from Cheshire, which is England.
Okay.
It's about 2 hours away from where we live in Wales.
Okay.
But tAngerinecAt was formed in Ukraine in 2008, I believe.
And Paul lived in Ukraine.
But I lived in Ukraine at the time, so that's how.
For 19 years?
I think it's 19 years, yeah.
So tell me, what were the circumstances that it caught your attention? Why did you go to Ukraine? Do you had any relatives over there, or what was the reason for you to travel there?
I did a lot of different things while I was in Ukraine, apart from music. Although music was the main thing I was involved in most of the time. But when I first went over to Ukraine, I was part of some charity organizations, so I did some charity work.
With orphan.
I worked at an orphanage and a children's cancer hospital for.
In Western Ukraine, it was mostly children's cancer hospital, and in Western Ukraine was mostly Roma children, Roma orphans.
In
like minorities.
Are you talking about Catholic, Roman Catholic, or Orthodox?
No, Roma.
Not
Romani.
Romani.
Romani people. Roma.
Ah, from Romania.
No, not Romania.
No, I'm really going the wrong way.
Traveling people, Romas.
Sometimes people call them gypsy, but it's
oh,
not.
gypsy. Okay, now I understand now.
Right name is Roma, so all worked with Roma or orphan
children.
Children, yes.
Oh, okay. So that's your relationship with Ukraine, I guess, Paul. That's how it started. So how did you meet Zhenia? How did you meet her? Was she part of also some kind of maybe activism, or what was the?
I just want to add that my pronoun is he, him, and Paul's pronoun is they, them, not she, not.
Okay.
So we met. No,
you don't remember?
We met in Kiev.
We met in Kiev.
In Kiev.
In Kiev. Paul at Paul's friend's house. Just Paul did this charity work, and then I started to help Paul as a volunteer, and like it was social club for teenagers and young people from like this difficult social circumstances for poor people in Kiev. Okay. And I started to help. It was like coffee house almost for free, and I started to help Paul and clean and to make coffee for people. And then we started to play together because there were piano at this coffee house. We started to sing and play together. This is how we met.
So it was a good connection between the two of you. You have a lot of things in common. If we talk about music, do you have many things that you agree with? Do you both enjoy the same music, or there were similarities, right? Between
we listened absolutely different music, but Paul, because I was born and grew up in Soviet Union when a lot of music were banned, a lot of Western music were banned. So, but when I was a teenager, I listened to metal, and I played in some metal bands, and I listened to a lot of like Ukrainian Carpathian folk music because I studied this music. I studied this like academic education, and Paul introduced me like blues and like UK American rock music.
Okay, so Paul was more into 70s music, 80s, 70s, 60s, all that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe something like Jimi Hendrix, or I don't know, or
I was when
progressive bands from the 70s.
Music when I was like really like 12 or something like that. That was my favorite musician.
But then they listened to like older blues.
Yes, we're quite interested in some I know all-style blues, like some field recordings and things like that. But also like I really like Howlin' Wolf and things like that.
Oh wow, yeah. That's good stuff.
Yeah, it's
yeah. So Zhenia, you come from a at least I think from a religious family, right? At least part of your family was very religious. And we're talking about the 80s, right? Because you were born more or less in the 80s, right?
I was born in 1980.
1980.
Yes.
Oh, so by the 1980, who was ruling Russia? Was Brezhnev, I believe, in the early 80s? Right, I think Brezhnev was when you were born, maybe. I don't
I don't
really.
remember.
I don't remember. There's a bunch of them, but I remember him. And during the 80s, I also remember Gorbachev. That I remember him also. Boy.
But yeah, for that era, right?
Yes,
Version,
yes.
It's a long time ago, but it seems like it's always coming back somehow. uh, so do you also sang in church choirs, right?
Yes, I was singing church choirs when I was little, when I was child.
Yeah, and it's something that you have good memories of that, or just like you want to forget about those times?
Do you mean church choirs?
Yeah, church choirs and religion and all that. It's something that you put behind you. You don't want to talk about that stuff, or it's
It's difficult because actually I was very like big believer. I was very religious because when dad died, I was 5 years old, and he died from cancer.
okay.
And it was very difficult circumstances, and I was absolutely neglected by my family, so I was isolated. I was absolutely alone, and I started to read Bible, and like God was my only father, and Jesus Christ like was my only friend. This is and my only my caregiver, and this is how I survived, because I had someone who cared. I imagined someone who cared about me, and it was good for me. I think it was good for me that time, and also singing in choir was like it help you to go to trance, something like this. And then
Right.
now big inspiration to our music, because it's really healing. It's something special, and it's like you are going deep inside yourself, and you're feeling your emotions and your like who you are. But in a like in a bigger perspective, it had, and especially church and authoritarian relationships had a big bad impact at me, because I had like religious trauma. So
Right.
now I'm an atheist, and I'm very happy.
Right. I guess you became a little disappointed with the church structures and
Yes,
after
yes,
this. Yeah.
authority, yes.
Yeah. Does
And
did
there's
that?
a lot of lies.
Right. I know. I don't come from a very religious family, but I have some connection with it, and I don't know, I'll keep that separate. There's not much room for opinion with the even Catholic. There's something that I don't follow anymore either. Anyway, so I was gonna say, were you born near the Chernobyl disaster? Were you from the Chernobyl, close to Kiev? Were you from the area?
I was born in Kyiv.
Oh, okay.
Kyiv.
Oh, so you're from Kiev. Yeah. So the Chernobyl disaster is not that far from the capital, right?
Yes, it's not far at all, and I was born at the part of Kyiv where I was like closest to Chernobyl, and
Right.
it affected most of all. And when it happened, they evacuated all children, but my mom were against evacuation. So and me and my sister, we remained in Kyiv. So we were like.
Exposed.
We're exposed to
Radio.
radiation, and
Yeah.
I became very ill after this.
Yeah, even now, that area is still radioactive, right? It's been radioactive for many decades, and it's gonna be like that for maybe 1,000 years or so, right? It's not. People cannot live very close to that area, right? Still.
Kiev is okay now
Yeah,
because you know the radiation, it dissipates.
right.
But it's
It had an
mostly
effect all over, you know, even in Wales, it had an
it's mostly in
effect.
the ground.
Okay, so as long
So
as we don't mess with
Chernobyl,
it,
the actual region, is radioactive for a very long time,
long
and
time, right?
some people live there, but that's like their choice. So, like they mainly very old people, they didn't want to leave, you know.
Right. No, I understand. Yeah, the band is or the duo is being you're both very multi-instrumentalist. What was the first instrument that you guys ever learned? Was the piano for you, Eugenia? Or what instrument was the first one that you got your attention?
first, it was piano when I started to play piano myself when I was about just remember 9 years old. But then I was studied musical school for 1 year for piano, and I studied 2 classes for 1 year because my family was very poor and we didn't have money to pay for my classes. And then they accept me to like better musical school. It was like in music college in Western Ukraine. I lived in Western Ukraine for this time because we ran away from radiation. And because we were very poor and because it was like a lot of children in our family, so they accepted me for free, and I started at this very good musical school, musical college.
It was like part of the music college, the affiliate with the music college.
Okay.
I had really great teachers, and I play bandura. This is Ukrainian traditional instrument.
Oh, the bandura, yeah, I heard of
I
it.
studied bandura this time.
And what about you, Paul? Which instrument you feel you're more prolific on? You play also, you play a lot of instruments also. Even even the Ukrainian bagpipes. I think the duda. I seen you play that.
You've seen me play that?
The flute. I seen you in videos. Not bad.
Yeah, I do play and do that. But I guess yeah, probably on just like woodwinds is like my main instrument. Like the whistle, probably the easiest instrument for me to just pick up and play. You know, like without.
But synthesizer, you played synthesizer first.
Before the first instrument I played was the guitar, but I don't play the guitar.
You don't play the guitar, right? I don't see you playing guitar anymore.
And you know, I can play a few chords, but I don't play
and
the
then
guitar
synthesizer.
But yeah,
piano synthesizer.
Piano, keyboard, like I learned after the guitar second.
Yeah, because when I listened to after I listened to Glass, I think I started from your discography from the time when you were the Dark Patrick period. I listened to the I want to screw it up the title, but it's called the Fame Gael Lay, or I don't know how to say it.
Fine Lie.
Yeah, perfect. That's exactly what I said. I heard the bagpipes. You know, I don't know what kind of pipes they were. You know, you play the whistle and all that, and Zhenia, like I think she plays also the bandura on that album, and it sounded that album's very Celtic to me. I couldn't, you know, it's a lot big difference between that album and Glass. Not too much electronics going on that album, but
it was our first project.
It was the first project, so I'm like I heard the bagpipes. I'm like, they even could be from Spain if for I could hear, you know, the Celtic area in Spain, Northwest. So I'm like, yeah. So when I heard Glass and I went back to this, you know, there was like, wait, there's a big difference between the two albums. There's a lot of, because I really enjoyed the
But-
first album because I really enjoy Celtic music, so I really enjoyed it also, the first album.
But it's not our first album, it's our different project. And we
A
work
different-
with different musicians and different project. We did different.
But that was the Dark Patrick, I guess, right? That's
It was
Yeah, like,
probably
it's
even before, or maybe it was
before
Dark.
that,
oh,
I
we
don't remember.
released like that album under the name of Doug Patrick.
2009, something like
was-
that.
And it was totally acoustic. Like we didn't even have like a piano, keyboard, or synth. Everything was totally acoustic.
We
Right?
had seen probably.
No.
I don't remember.
No,
Yeah,
no.
A long time ago.
Yeah, it's
And,
been so long, yes.
And I think it's totally different to
What we are doing
This-
now.
the
Right.
second album and everything that came after it as well. But
Yeah, Rise of the Underworld. I heard all of them.
Yeah.
Rise on the Underworld. I was, you know, yeah, if they told me we were the same band, I couldn't, you know, unless I heard it and saw it. If they told me that album and the last album were the same, people doing the music, I was like, are you sure? Well, they don't sound the same. So yeah,
I kind of think of it as a different
area and different way of thinking, maybe also.
as a different band almost.
Even
Yes,
though,
it was
you know, even though we just continued making music and we changed our name, but I think of it as something totally
different.
So
and even different from the rest of the Doug Patrick era as well. Like I would kind of divide it into multiple.
Right, because when I listened to the last one, the HRVIP, that is like in between the tAngerinecAt and Dark Patrick, that album.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like you were in between the two.
Yeah, I don't think that sound. I don't know. I think for me that album is more. I don't know. Like I find it. I don't think it's very much like the first album either at all.
No, it's not. It's not even.
Or not like Last Night.
Yeah.
But maybe Many Kettles is closer, I would say, to Glass, but definitely not the same.
No. I believe I agree with that. So during all the period, you did a lot of tours. You travel in Europe. You went back to you also you went back to Ukraine. You play UK, Germany, I believe. You also did a lot of different shows. Is there a time where you felt like you didn't belong to any country, where like in between, like you didn't feel like you had really a home? Is that, I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. It's like you were like citizens of the whole continent of Europe, like you didn't have a specific place to rest.
We actually started playing Europe only probably a year ago, yes?
Unless you, like actually the EU.
Yes,
the
EU, because
The
before,
European.
when we based in Ukraine, we played in Ukraine and in Russia till 2014 when they attacked Ukraine first. But then when we actually ran away to the UK, I didn't have permission to go to Europe because I was a migrant, and for a lot of years I had to be in the UK, and we traveled only and we only tour in the UK, and only in 2020 I received a British citizenship. So and then I had opportunity to go on tour, and we
But then
immediately.
COVID.
Then COVID.
COVID came.
yeah, and everything went back again.
We
Yeah.
immediately went on tour in Europe, and we started to tour quite intensely because we were received very well in Europe. And about your question, I don't know, we feel like we belong to every country.
Yeah,
every
that's what. Yeah.
world, we always feel at home, or we are trying to feel at home in every country. I don't know how to express it because, and it's part of our like our thinking, our message in our music. That we are all the same and we all belong to each other. I don't know.
Yeah, I got the feeling that you feel like your citizenship is like belongs to it belongs to the world. There is a world citizenship. That's about it. It's like people should be able to travel to everywhere they think they like. Like
Oh, thank you. Thank you for understanding. It's really great.
It's like the borders is something made up. It's not. Yeah, I know.
Yes, yes.
People make borders and they change them between wars and after wars, and it's just a piece of land with some wall between it. So I understand. Especially, I believe those big A's mean something on your tAngerinecAt because you capitalize the A's only on the name. So that's those A's belong. They have a meaning for you guys, right? Those two A's.
Yes, it means like because we were part of anarchist movement in Kyiv, and still we like consider ourselves anarchists, or it's like anarchists, but also aesthetically it looks very nice, like ears.
Yeah. The cat, the cat behind you with the ears, they look like the A's, right? Which that caught my attention. The cat, especially being orange cat. So tell me, why did you change your name? What was so special about this name for you, tAngerinecAt?
Because when we lived in Ukraine probably last month, we were like persecuted actually, and we didn't contact with our friends because everyone was scared. The war started in 2014, and it was difficult times for activists too, and no one even knew where we lived, and we lived in a very small house. It was like converted garage, and the only friend we had, it was an orange cat, just orange cat that lived there and everywhere, and it was so sweet. And then when we came to UK in the plane, I cried because I really already missed this cat, and it was our decision to rename our band and in honor of this cat.
So do you guys have any cats right now or no? Or that was the one that you just said, this is it. I love the cat, but I don't want to have any other cats either.
We really want to have a cat, but we are touring and we don't know anyone who
to take care of him. Take care of him.
Because it's very important if you have
it's a big responsibility to have like
animals, domestic animals. Yeah, tell me about it.
You're not around to take care of them, then it's.
I know. I got 2 dogs and it's not easy. So how do you guys move around from country to country? Do you travel by vehicle, automobile, train? Because all your gear, the studio gear, you take with you most of it, right? To all these venues.
Yeah, now we drive everywhere in the car.
Hmm.
Just in a normal car, we carry everything, all equipment.
Yeah, everything fits.
Back when we, years ago when we toured in Ukraine, we toured on the trains, on the sleeper trains. But now, like when we started touring in UK, it was so easy to tour by car. Like everything seems so close, and actually Europe as well.
And it's cheaper.
And it is cheaper to travel by car
trains
in the UK.
When you guys, yeah, go ahead.
I did Europe. We just decided to try. Let's go by car and see if we can do it. You know, because yeah, we found it to be the best way for us, because we can take as much equipment as we need. You know, everything we need we can put in the car.
It's quite heavy.
And yeah, it's much easier
and less stressful.
Yeah, on the plane. Also, we went on the trip with the plane to I think to a Sharp Fest. We went on the plane.
No, it was Italian.
Italian Music Week. We went
in Estonia.
In Estonia.
Oh, okay.
Plane. And that was a little bit difficult. One time was the first time we went was okay. Second time was there was a lot of people, and for some reason they decided to check every single pedal on Zhenia's pedal board. They had the whole thing open and took it all out, and
we almost missed our plane. Just 1 minute left,
and we were just like on. Yeah, it was a
stressful.
bit time. They decided they were going to check everything, and
wow.
And it was very important festival, and it was very stressful for us.
It had to be. Talking about all these venues, when you go to all the countries, do you just go to the venues, or you enjoy visiting places? You take your camera, you visit, I don't know, old buildings or churches or all the structures that you enjoy going and seeing, or it's more just music and that's all you want to do?
When we have tour, it's usually every day, but we have every day we have concerts, so we don't have much time. But when we have time, like 3 days, of course we enjoy like architecture or nature, and we would love to meet people in different countries. This is our main thing that we love, to meet and to talk with people about history, about how they live, about everything.
Their culture, yeah. So tell me about, because I was very interested in the Carpathian folk music, which I have no much idea. I heard of a band, but I never even listened to it. That was called Hudaki, I believe, village band from that area. I don't remember. I still think they still play. I don't know, but it was something that caught my attention, because there was a lot of music and culture and history about all those people living up in those mountains and all the rituals. I found a lot of similarity with people living in the northwest of Spain for me. So it was very interesting to find out. I listened to some of the music like in the background, which I really enjoyed. How is your relationship with the area, or because of the problems we got now with the war and stuff in Ukraine? Do you have any close relationship with that country, or relatives, family relatives at all, or you just a little disconnected right now with that area?
I have some friends in Ukraine, and I have 2 sisters, still have 2 sisters, but of course we are connected, and but we don't. I haven't been there for many years.
Right. So it's not in your mind to go back and at any time if you could.
I want to go back for some time probably, but to see my favorite places and probably to see some of my friends, but I don't want to go back and live there. and I probably can't.
You
Because
probably can't.
yes, I probably can't because I'm against quite a lot of things
Okay.
that now is happening in Ukraine.
Right, right. Yeah, it's not the right time. But you feel like living in the UK right now is like you really enjoy living in there, right? You don't have any urges to move to a different country. That's your home right now with Paul. Paul, forget it. Paul is not. He's very. He doesn't mind. But I'm just asking you. It's like you have no plans in the future of moving out of the UK. Is that what I'm trying to say? That
I
would be
don't
your
know.
home. That you
We,
be your
we
home for many years.
I have no idea, to be honest.
Hmm.
I mean,
There are some things that we like in the UK and a lot of things also, some things that we don't like, especially after Brexit.
Right. Hmm.
but really, like if you know, in 5 years ago, like if you ask this question, like we would have an option, and I could say, but actually now it's not very easy to, for instance, for someone from UK to move.
Yes, if we had opportunity, but
In the
now
past,
Oh
you
yeah.
could
don't
live
have
anywhere
options.
in the EU when UK was now, obviously, like you.
Right. Now it's like more close. Yeah. Hmm.
We always complain about the weather.
Yeah, but yeah.
But
I don't
there's
imagine
a lot
you
of things
guys
to do,
in the
like
Caribbean. I don't imagine you guys in the Caribbean making music for sure. That's not the right place for you guys. I don't think going to Jamaica and making the same kind of music you're making. I don't know.
it would be different.
Yes.
I
would
would
like
think it would sound the same. It wouldn't sound the same for sure. Uh, uh, the album Glass, the one I listened to that was published in 2023, it was a very captivating album for me. You know, every song sounds different. But it's so much stuff. It's like I read and you said it was a concept album. Uh, I really had a that was the most important I don't know, those sounds with the glass, the broken glass throughout the album. It's like telling you what the whole story is about. It was just with the sound. I would suggest my viewers and listeners to take a look, you know, listen to this album first, I think, like I did. I don't think you will be disappointed if you enjoy the music I enjoy, which already you guys know what I like. If you listen to tAngerinecAt, and you can listen to all the other albums, many kettles also is, but this is the one that caught my attention, and I would suggest them to take a good listen. Very very strong album and very intriguing. It makes you do research after you listen to that album and find out what it's all about, tAngerinecAt. So it's very it's a lot of electronics. It's a very it's a little bit of everything because there's so many instruments, and I know when I see them play live, all those videos, I see that, you know, Paul hiding behind, not hiding, but with the keyboards, all the keys and the laptop, and so many sounds, pre-recorded sounds of many gadgets. It's so much stuff. It's very, we can say meticulous. Is when they do, even when they play live, I don't think there's that much improvisation anymore. Everything is, I don't, there's gotta be improvisation, but there is so much, everything fits. I believe, I guess when you guys start composing music, there's everything is, you always think it's nothing like improvisation. What you're doing is, or I think like Zhenia knows what you're doing, and Paul knows what she's gonna do. It's like so much connection between the two of you. Um, so I really enjoy that. Like when you go live, there is not much room to improvise, right?
I think so. We mostly like.
I think we decide what we're going to play, right?
Yes, it's mostly composition oriented, so not improvisation.
But we do change, like as we go along, we change the way we play things, but not in it, like we wouldn't suddenly play it differently if we hadn't rehearsed it before. So everything has its place. Except maybe there's a couple of songs where it has some like Many Kettles probably has some like improvisational parts in the middle, but it still follows the same structure.
Yes, we have structure. Structure is very important for us.
It's very important. Like when we talk about your songs, because Zhenia, you're the lyric writer, you're the one who comes up with the lyrics, right? Everything all the songs move around your the way your brain thinks and everything. Is like does Paul have anything to do with the lyrics, or does he have anything that he may suggest to you, Julia, or is everything comes out of you, all the lyrics, everything that you put down on paper belongs to you?
Mostly me, but sometimes I ask Paul what they think, and they suggest me what they think about my thoughts, and they suggest their thoughts. And of course, because English is not my native language, and I studied English myself, not in the universities, Paul translate or help to translate lyrics.
So Paul, we may change a word or two, like maybe you should use this word instead of the one you have here.
Yes, and I
like
ask them to change if it fits more.
And but like I mean, many years ago, like you didn't write anything in English, and then when we first started touring in UK, when we started to be in UK more, you said, I want people to understand.
Yes, it was the main goal. Why I wrote in English, because quite a lot of people in this world understand English, and especially in the UK, because we toured in the UK. And this is why we decided to translate my lyrics, and I decided to sing in English. Next album will be bilingual. It will be English and Ukrainian.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's cool. I really love your accent, though, your Eastern European accent. I think that makes a big difference. If I really enjoyed it more. If it was a native person from the UK, I think it sounds much better with the music, your accent. Much better. I like it. It makes a difference to me. I don't know. All your lyrics, they are based on personal experiences. I mean, also I heard about you do a lot of interpretation to your dreams, right? It's like something that is very it's part of your writing, right? The dreams have a lot to do with it.
Not a lot, but 2 songs. It's Something Broken Side and House of Shards. But this is not like just dreams, but because I have a complex post-traumatic stress disorder, I don't know something, I don't remember some things that happened to me. And dreams, they like doors to unconscious. So this is why it's important to me to remember my dreams and to wondering about my dreams and to it's like psychoanalysis, like something like Jung did and other like therapists and psychoanalytics. I research this topic a lot. I read a lot of professional books by psychoanalytics, like very famous therapists, like not popular psychology, but professional psychology. It helped me and helped me understand myself, and it helps me in my art.
So can I say something? I don't know if I'm right. Can we say that your brain processes information is not typical from most people? The way your brain works? Is that, could we say that, or?
Yeah, so you're not in your typical.
No,
so
I'm
you're
not. Yes, I'm autistic. Yes, I'm
Right.
not neurotypical.
Yeah.
And I also, yes, you notice it right, because I think mostly in images. I see things and then I describe things. This is
Okay,
how I create lyrics and music too.
I understand, because I spoke with another singer and she had exactly the same, the way she was
Right?
processing. Yes,
Interesting.
you're not the only one, but yeah, one of the girls I interviewed. Yeah. Okay. So can we say that you are 100% honest with your thoughts when you're interpreting, when you're writing? Or there are things that you don't like saying? It's like a gate or something, like a wall for you to express everything. But we can say you're honest, 100% honest with what you say.
I think so.
definitely.
Think so?
Yeah.
So when you write and when you do songs, do you do this? Do you write and compose on a regular basis, or just you start writing because you want to do a project? Or this could happen at any moment, like a regular day. You just let me write something, or something came to my mind, I want to write it down. Or you don't do anything till you see, we got to do this, so let's get ready and get together a bunch of songs and make an album.
I can't do it on regular basis, as you said, because I can't do several things at once. If we are touring, we are touring. If I'm cooking or I'm cleaning and cooking, and I can't focus, and everything distracting me. So I need to focus. This is why we did this pause, and we are not touring much now. And because I need a lot of space in my head, free space to create, and I need to be focused.
Is there a special time during the day or at night, or when do you feel you're more productive? Early in the morning, during the day, at night?
I feel things better in the evening, but we are trying to create more in the morning because it's better for my health.
Okay. So what about you, Paul? Do you play instrument? Do you play on a regular basis, or you also, there are periods where you don't play any music or you don't compose anything?
That's interesting. Like I used to play, when I was learning to play, I used to play every day, at the same time regularly. Now I don't play every day at all.
Because now we are mostly doing like electronic music, and next album will be fully electronic, and Paul is mostly doing sound design, so no like instruments, but sound design. Paul is doing regularly sound design every day.
So you play with your laptop and everything. You don't play like an instrument, like a physical instrument, we could say.
Yeah, sometimes because we have a MIDI keyboard, a MIDI controller to control synths and effects. But I mean, mainly on this album, this album is very minimal in terms of
instruments.
Yeah, like more like sounds, like there are some notes. It's not, but
more sound design.
Design.
So. Paul is playing the instruments, but mostly for fun, for themselves, not for tAngerinecAt.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
So which parts of music, of creating music, excites you the most then?
Creating sounds.
Creating, yeah, I
Sound
mean,
design.
sound design is something,
Creating something from nothing.
something that we like. I never had the opportunity to do anything like sound design before, and actually it's quite fascinating what you can do with maybe just something you recorded, like how you can just transform it into something almost completely different,
Right.
but still maybe having some of what was there before, but just presenting in a
Paul
totally
is
different way.
like obsessed with making different sounds from whatever, from everything they see. And when they show me what they did from the from like 7 or 8 in the morning, and I was surprised. I was shocked. I was shocked because it's like chaos from different sounds, and they are very beautiful. They are very interesting and atmospheric. And I produce everything and I arrange everything to make structure from this. But Paul is making these crazy and beautiful sounds from everything, from like different things at home and from different instruments. Use a lot of like effects and tools.
You really enjoy that, I guess, Paul.
Yeah, I do.
From the early morning, they do it and forget about everything, about eating. About
yeah,
everything.
if it works, I enjoy it. If I don't like the result, then
you throw away or you keep. Maybe you can go back to it.
No, but Zhenia will always say if it's. We'll say if they don't like it, or say no, that. or sometimes that's great, but that doesn't fit with what we're doing. No.
Yeah,
no.
Maybe like.
Hey, Paul, what did you do this morning? Did you have breakfast? Something is wrong with you. What happened?
I drink coffee in the morning. I try to drink less coffee because I used to drink a lot of coffee all the time. It's not very good for you.
No, you tell me. I drink so much coffee, and my doctor says you just drink 1 cup. That's all you need. Don't drink more than 1, and I cheat. You know, I drink 1 cup, but the cup is so big, it's like 5 cups.
Oh, it's not
only
right.
1 cup. Yeah.
I just cheat. You know. Yeah, I just drink 1 cup. It's like a gallon. Oh boy. I was going to ask you also, do you need really a cohesive story to write a song? It doesn't have to make sense to you at all? Just when you write?
What do you mean?
Like with a story in mind, when you sing, when you create a song, when you write lyrics to a song, does it have to make sense, everything you write? Or some of it's like, just I don't mean decoration, that's not the right word, but something just to you don't want to give out all the information, like
I don't think there's anything like if you talk
any
about
fitting.
I don't think there's a single song that doesn't have a meaning.
Yeah.
And the music has to work with the lyrics as well to tell a story.
Yes, atmosphere.
It has to tell a story. It cannot just be
I know there's there's a lot of famous rock bands. They say, like what the song's about, it doesn't matter. But
right.
That's not tAngerinecAt at all. It's so like if the song doesn't have a meaning, and if it has no sense, probably we won't release it.
Okay.
Part of the thing that we do, right?
So just to end with this question regarding your lyrics and the music, how much of your life happiness comes from making music? Like, could you stop making music at some point and do something else?
No, because I used to it from very early, my very early years, so I can't imagine and I always feel urge to create and to perform for people. This is I don't, it's very natural for me, so I think I will be a bit miserable if I will stop my music, because I wanted it quite a lot of time, because I don't feel like I fit into music industry. And I hate music industry, actually. It's very cruel, it's very unfair, it's very capitalist system. But I just do it for music because it's very natural for me.
Same thing for you, Paul. You couldn't
I
see.
feel the same, yeah.
Yeah. So we can see you playing music for many, many years.
Yes, and I studied a lot, and Paul studied a lot in different like music college and music school, and then I studied myself, and Paul studied it themselves, and it's like a lot of time we put into it, so massive amount of time.
Talking about your live shows, do you do a lot of planning regarding your visual aspects of the live shows? Do you try to do something different every time?
This is probably like, I don't know, like, this is probably the hardest thing for me.
The
It's
stage
like,
design.
what
Yeah.
am I gonna wear on stage? Like, we don't, like, we try to do, I know we try to wear something that, I don't think like how we look is a big part of our music.
Okay.
But we try to wear something that in some way fits in with the music, I guess. I don't know.
I don't think so.
That does, I don't know.
You look different.
Sometimes we just wear whatever we like. I don't
Yeah.
know. But like I don't know. I don't think we have like an
We put
image or anything
yes, we
like
put
that.
accent, all of the accent on our music, but not on.
Because I sometimes I see people like, I don't know, like Keith Emerson or something, like or maybe, I don't know, progressive look, or maybe glam. I don't know.
Glam?
I don't know. I don't know. It's like also like because of electronics, I see like from another planet. I don't know. I don't know. It's like very, very, very different. But
If you are talking about lipstick or something like this, it's because Paul is non-binary. It's not because of glam, because we are as gender, like
yeah,
gender.
I mean the dress, the outfit itself. I don't mean the look of his face, but more
I think
of the outfit. You know.
I think we tried to fit in some kind of image because we were told that we need to fit in some kind of image because people won't treat us because people don't like it when you don't fit in some kind of image, so we should do it. And we really tried, but now we understand that we can't do it. We don't want to do it. We don't want to fit in. We want to do what we want.
Yeah, you're like free from. You feel like you're free from definitions regarding your type of music you play. You don't want to be put in a
I don't think
box.
that a lot of people like if you get some advice on, you know, how to sell your music or
Music
whatever,
industry
music
advice.
industry advice, they'll tell you
Right.
that you've got to work on your brand, and your brand has to represent your music and the way you look. But
Right.
it's very difficult when you're doing music that's doesn't really fit with any existing brands.
Right.
And
So
it's difficult, especially difficult if you don't like it. And if you tried, we tried it. We tried like, as I already said, like some kind of costumes or photographs, and we didn't really like it. It's not us, and we can't accept it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, to be sincere, when I spoke with my friends, they love music and they love, but I always, they ask me, who are you going to interview this week? I'm like, I'm going to interview this band or this other thing. outfit. And when they asked me, I told them it's a band that's called tAngerinecAt. I said they had no idea who they were. What kind of music do they make? I'm like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's like maybe you should listen to it and then you tell me if you like it or not. That's the best thing I can tell you, because it's so much in there that for I don't like, for some people it might be disturbing to hear your music. That's my feeling. For other people it'll be like connected 100% with what you do. Just the opposite. Uh, for me it's very I really enjoy it.
Thank
You know, for some other people it might be like I don't know, they're expecting something different. I don't know what it is. uh, for me it's incredible what you do. I mean, if this album Glass is so good, I mean, I don't know if the next project that you have in mind or whatever you're doing coming, I don't know, this year, next year, whatever you have going on behind your the curtains is probably cannot be any. Has to be good. I don't think you're gonna go in the negative way. You're gonna go keep making good music. Every time it seems like you get better from album to album. So you got more experience, or you are. I guess Paul keeps coming out with new sounds and stuff, so it's always different. And also, I see Zhenia plays the hurdy-gurdy, or maybe next time she played the harp. I don't know. It's so much stuff, that they could do with their music, So
But also you talked about visuals. Also, I want to say that when I listen to music, someone's music, I don't want to see how these people look. I'm absolutely not interested. So probably
Right.
it's like we feel about ourselves too.
Yeah, you don't really care too much about your appearance, we could say.
Yeah, we don't care.
So if for some reason they have no lights on the show, it's all dark, there's no need to see them as long as you hear the music.
But actually, people like to see us, but they like to see our emotions and our gestures.
Of course,
our-
especially Zhenia, because I see her dancing, I see her jumping and doing a lot of things. Paul is more like laid back, I guess we could say, a little more laid back than Zhenia, right?
Well, probably more laid back. Probably it's, but actually I don't know how Jenny jumps around so much, but because I gotta look at what I'm doing, like a bit more. But
Me too.
but yeah, well, you too. That's why I say I don't know how you're able to look at what you're doing and like throw yourself on the stage so much. But I have to be in front of
more
the
focused, probably.
You're more focused into this, yeah.
People have different needs. Some people need to be more focused because they're distracting better.
Of
So
course.
I sometimes forgot words. This is because I distracted by people, by their reaction.
Right.
And someone who I know in the crowd, and I absolutely forgot words, and I started smiling to this person. This is why I often perform with my eyes closed.
Do you make up words when you forget about them? You just make up something, or how do you hide those mistakes?
I make up words or just but this is good when I play in Europe, not in the UK, because people don't understand English.
Even better. Do you guys talk between songs at all, or you just play the whole set and then you speak with people afterwards?
We love to talk between songs, and we love to talk to people and to communicate with people.
Okay, so if you go to see tAngerinecAt, they will talk to you if they they don't mind talking to the audience. But
If
like I imagine Paul,
Yeah.
like when he's doing his thing, he's not paying attention to the public, right? You don't put your eyes don't go into a specific guy looking at you, right? You just do what you're out of it. You just want to play.
I don't know. I'm aware. Like sometimes I look at the audience because I'm curious, to see. I can see people's reactions.
So that helps. It
Yeah,
helps when you look at the people
I-
and you see they're in good mood or they're happy. Yeah.
music, I can see the people are liking it, which is
Mm.
and yeah, I like to look at the audience, but sometimes I'm not all 100% of the time looking. Sometimes I just look over. I don't know.
But when you play, you guys, when you play your music, you're not thinking about other things, just the music. I mean, are you thinking like, man, the next day I have to go to this appointment or something that crosses your mind while you play, or you just into it?
I think I try to be focused on what I need to do because
Mm.
if I push the wrong button, press the wrong thing, something else is going to happen. So, so it's better to be focused
There's
on.
no time to think about other things.
I'm focused on only on music first, but when I get a bit relaxed, when I used to audience to like the venue, I start because I feel like musician is like a leader, and musician is responsible for the emotions that audience have, and
Okay.
I try to communicate with my eyes, with my voice, with people, with the audience, and I try to create this atmosphere, this presence, emotions in people. And because I also studied theater, I studied like playing action, and I know how to acting, and I know
Acting.
how to do these things. And this is what this is all my attention is music and audience,
Right.
create this atmosphere.
Yeah, but you enjoy the feedback from the people that helps you out with what you're doing. It would be a pleasure to see you guys play live someday, hopefully. If
It'll be great.
in Europe,
Be great,
you know.
yeah. Who
Yeah,
knows?
I'll stay all the way in the back so you don't see me, because it will just be a little. It will take you away from your music if you see me. So I'll stay in the back, pretend that I'm not there. But I would suggest them to go check them out live. They're gonna be playing, like she said, September the 28th. I believe that she was saying she would play in Italy, Pordenone.
Pordenone.
Yeah, at the Electronic Music Festival. So you have a chance, go see them and say hi to them, and tell them that you really enjoy their music. Okay, don't say, "Oh, it's okay." Yeah, you're good. No. You gotta put a lot of effort. Say, "I really enjoy your music. I really do."
Thank you.
So tell me, I'm gonna ask you about future, like everybody usually asks about what's coming up next. They don't have to tell me, but do you have a lot of recordings and stuff that you have planned to use for a future project? Do you have things already hidden or in your hard drive or in some place that you want to put out in the near future?
We already our whole album created and recorded, but we need to do some work, some
Okay.
production work on this, and mixing, mastering, and it will be.
So you have to add a couple, maybe a little spices to it. Everything is cooked, but you need to add some little, make it tasteful, little editing.
But then there's a whole lot of things that have to be done before we release the album. So it won't be. It would be nice if you could just finish an album and release it. But there's a lot of planning needs to be done that we don't have time to do make the album. So there's going to be a lot of planning so we can release it and do a tour and do everything.
Okay.
Immediately.
Okay, so it's good. I'm hopeful that something will come out maybe next year or whatever. They'll be around. They'll be around for that. So I really I'll keep paying attention. I will suggest my viewers to go to their website, tangerinecAt.net. Is that what it is? Your website, right? tangerinecAt.net, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, from there you can, I don't know, you can buy your albums over there, or you have to do.
You can buy everything from the shop on our website, and you can also subscribe to our mailing list, which is proved to be very useful for letting people know about our live shows. People sign up to our mailing list.
Yeah, you're right.
So
That's
Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah, Facebook, Instagram as well, but I
yeah.
trust Facebook to show people when we're playing for some reason. I don't trust the algorithm very much, but
Yeah. Well, I follow you on Instagram, so I see a lot of stuff, whatever you put out. So, and I will have to subscribe to your channel also. I should do that, right? Yeah. Because when I try to connect to them, the first screen, that's what it is. Subscribe, right? I think it is. Also, those beautiful T-shirts. I wanna see them back because I think they're sold out, aren't they? Those.
they probably will be. They're not actually sold out, but we, as we're not.
They are with us on tour now.
They're with us on tour.
Some left.
And
Okay, so you don't want to deal with that for now.
There's actually not. We don't know how many is going to be left when
Okay.
we, after Italy. There's not all sizes are left, and there's not many left. There might be an odd one or two left after Italy, but we don't know. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's cool.
But there will be something else.
Something different.
We will,
Something different. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I really enjoy talking to you guys. I just want to wish you all the best, and I appreciate your music a lot.
Thank you very much.
Very much.
Thank you.
I really do. I really appreciate it, and hope to see you one day, maybe next year or whatever. I think you have a tour. You got a concert also next year. It's already planned in Wales. I think in February. I think I don't know. February. I think next year you already have something. Yeah. So I really enjoy talking to you guys, and have a good week. Next week.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
And I wish you all the best, and keep making good music. What else can I say? It was fun talking to you. There's so many questions I had. I'm gonna keep them for next time.
Okay.
So see you guys next week. Please check them out. tAngerinecAt. They're really worth it. You won't be disappointed. Listen to their albums. You may like one more than the other, but you're gonna like them all. So do that, please. See you next week.
No way to assemble, no way to construct. I cannot be joined, they have no